Alright, let's go ahead and try to make the pop out effect. So if you don't know the pop out effect as we do it, and you know what we are talking about, so let's go ahead, file, place, let's bring in this Carlo Ancelotti image and click on open. Then let's drag it this way. Okay, so now let me set my to display mode to high quality. Okay, now so with this, what we want to do is that we just want to cut it and let the head, top of the head, part of this head show up outside of the ellipse that we will do over here. So now with the color Ancelotti, as we've brought it in, let's go ahead and to trace the path. Okay, so we're going to trace it this way in order for us to get the pop out effect. So first of all, let's click here, copy again, click here, paste in place. Okay, so now we have the second image. So let's go ahead and turn off the it so that we won't be able to see it. Okay, and then let's go back to this second one, the second image, and what we will do is we'll make sure that we will create an ellipse on this image. So we can create anything that we need, a rectangle or an ellipse. So I'll click on shift, then I'll draw it here, and I can hold the space bar to drag the circle anywhere I want. Okay, so now what we will do is, now that we have our ellipse tool ready, we have to go ahead and copy this image and place it into this circle. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on it. So pick your selection tool, select this image, click on cut, come and click on the circle or the ellipse tool and just paste into. Okay, so now we have it pasted into it. So we just come back to this image and then let's be able to view it and then undo the lock. So now we are about to do what we call the cutting. Okay, so let's go and take the pen tool and begin zoom in and begin the cutting. So now we only want this place, so you only do the cutting to this place only, because that's the place that we want to show. So let's go ahead and make the stroke none. So make sure you do yours perfectly. Okay. Hold Alt and click here. Okay. Hold Alt, click here. So now we just really want this place to show. So let's close it. Okay, now that's it. We have made our selection. So after making our selection, what we'll go ahead and do is just take our selection tool, and now we will go and we will try and paste. We will try and make a selection that we will now as the way we did the how to remove the background, that's the same way we will do it. So it's very simple. The way we did it, we will do it that the same way, and you see that now we have been able to make the selection. So now let's go ahead and bring this image at the top here. Now let's select the two. So as we've selected the two, we just go to object and then pathfinder, we go to intersect. Okay, so that's it. Now you can see that now this is the pop out effect we are talking about. You can see that the head is popping out of the image, color image. So that's it. Now we are going to look at where we can get our images that will be used every day, our stock images, where we can get them. Okay, we're going to look at it and know that this is the places that I can get some images for my artwork or for my designs. So thank you, and let's go ahead and look at the images. I intentionally made sure that I'll go a little bit slow in order for us to understand everything. So just follow it step by step. But with a pen to make sure you do everything accurately. Okay, do everything accurately. So let's go ahead and look at how where we can get images to use in our designs. Thank you. There are places where you can get images, very many places and very good places. So you can just search them. But these places I always use them. One is bezos.com. Anytime I come here, I just search for the image and I just go ahead and download images from here for free. Okay, and also there are a place like freepik.com. I also come here and then I can download any image that I want at freepik.com for free. Okay, so you can come here and download the image you want. I also use vectc for my mock-ups and also stock images and logos and many things I can get from here. So a lot of Photoshop users come here to download some brush strokes and other things. So I also use Splash. Okay, so this place too you can also get very good royalty free images from this place. And the best place that you can also get it images, fonts and other things here, add-ons, is what you call Envato element. So the pricing is 16.50 per month. You can also purchase it and get royalty free images, templates and other things. Thank you very much. Alright, let's continue with working with images. I want you to know that in this session, I want to be talking much in the video, and I also leave an audio that if you don't pay attention, you may not hear what I'm saying, because this is a hands-on lesson that you have to pay attention and also practice it at the same time. We will look at how to divide shapes and add images, and also you look at how to do the pop-out effect in a different way. So let's start this lesson. Alright, so let's go ahead and create our new document and then divide our shape and also add the image to it. And also we try to add some shapes to it and look at how to divide the shapes. So we look at how to divide some rectangle shapes when we need a certain shape, a certain size. Now let's wait for the document to do. Sometimes the InDesign delays a little bit, so you just have to give it some patience and wait for it to finish loading. So now let's add a background. So I'll take my rectangular tool and draw a background to fit the size of the background of the document. So now Shift X to swap between the stroke and the background color, the fill. So now let's change the color. Double click over here and you can change it to any color. So if I want red. Now let's come to the properties. Now I have this, but I want a different size. Maybe I don't want this size, I want it to be like two of this or three of this, that the one that I have here. Okay. Now this is just a full page, but I want to divide it. Okay, so how will I divide it? That's what we are coming to look at. So now we have the width and the height. Okay, so now I want to divide the width, so I'll come here, and then what I'll do is I'll use the division sign over here to divide it. Okay, then I'll add, okay, then I'll click on, so you can see it here. So 611 pixels divided by 2, then I'll click enter, and then now it has divided it for me. So if I want to divide it into 2, how I'll do is I'll just do divided by 2, then it will divide it for me. Now I can go ahead and add any image to it. All I have to do is that I have to just drop the image in it, so file, place, and then you go into your exercise files and you drag any image that you have and place it into the red rectangle over here. So go ahead and go into inDesign exercise files, wherever you place it, and then bring an image and come and paste it over there. Okay. So now let me find that image. Okay. So let's see. Maybe let me use this is some image that I'll add it to the size file, and then you can add it to the file. Okay. So I'm coming to put the image here, and I've told you that all you have to do is just it has replaced it for me because I have selected replace selected what object, so it replaced it for me. So we'll be using this for our magazine. This is Eno Baroni, one of the Ghanaian rappers. We'll be using an image. So this is one way of adding or dividing your shapes. Okay, so whether you want to divide the height, want to divide the width, this is one way of dividing it. So now let's add a new document. So let's go to pages. So this is the pages panel. You see this is the pages panel. Okay, so we can add more pages to it and make sure that we do new things. Now we want to look at how we can cut out images. We first looked at how we cut out images or remove background, but now we want to look at how we can cut out images and in a different way. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a new page. Now let me go ahead and bring in an image. File and place. So let's uncheck this and then go to your size files and bring in an image. Okay. So now I want to use this image and click and drag image this way. Okay. Now when you want to scale it, you just have to hold Shift X, Control Shift, and you can now scale it proportionally. Now let's cut out this image. What I want to do is let's cut out completely the image. Let's cut it out completely, and then go ahead and take your pen tool, then cut out the image. So you can zoom in and then cut out the image. Okay. So start from then you drag it to this place. Start from here. Then drag it this way, and then come here and also drag it. Click on Alt and click here. Click here to break the shape for you. So whenever you want to make a curve, or all you have to do is when you click, drag it. But when you want a sharp corner, hold Alt and click as I did. Now let's close the shape. So now we've closed it and we've created a path for it. Now this is the path that we have created. So what we will do is, right now we will make sure that we click on the selection tool and click on the container, image container, which is this that we have here. So you know that we have the image itself and we have the container. So now we want to click on the image itself. Okay, so we click on it, and what we do is that we will copy, Control C to copy the image. Okay, then what we will do is that we will go back and click on the edges. So click on the selection tool and click on the edges of the image, the one that we just drew. So click here. Okay, and what we do is that after clicking there, you come to edit, then paste into, for it to paste into the image. Okay, so after pasting into the image, now we can make a pop-out effect. We can now make a pop-out effect. Okay, so now let's see what happens. Let me click on this. Let me drag it down whether it was able to make a pop-out effect. Okay, now you can see it was able to make a pop-out effect. Okay, W to go to preview mode. So this is it. Yeah. Then we've made a pop-out effect. Now we can completely remove it. We can completely remove the background. You can just click delete, and now we have removed the background. Or if you want the pop-out effect, then you can have it this way. Okay. So that's another way of making a pop-out effect or removing a background. You can add stroke to it. Then come here. And then you add your stroke to it. So if it's going a little bit fast, you just have to take your time and slow the video and do it, because I'll forward the video. So all you have to do is that slow it so that you can watch it. There you go. So now you can add the strokes to it. So that's one way of making a pop-out effect in Adobe InDesign. Now we want to look at how to add what we call effects. Okay, we want to add what we call effects. So this will be in the next lesson. Thank you. Frame image that I've placed it in your exercise files. Okay, so now this is just some ellipse rectangle that it is rectangular frame that I've just made over here with a rectangular frame too. Okay, I just made it, as you can see. So what I want to do is that I want to place in an image in this frame. Okay, I want the image to be placed inside all of this frame, inside the 1 2 3 4 5 frames. Okay, which is will become like a cut out image. So now I want to go to file. Some people make these mistakes of place. Then let me go into my size files. I want to choose an image, so let me go to working with images, and then which image should I choose? So let me choose this image. Okay, let's wait a little bit for the InDesign to load. Let me use this instead. So hit open, then it opens it for us. So hold Alt and click in this. Now I want to make sure that pick the direct selection tool, and then make sure that it fits very well, so fit proportionally. Now I'd want to drag this in order to increase it. Okay, so shift control, and then I want to, let's see, increase it to this side. Okay, so that it like fills the whole frame. Okay, you cannot see it, right? All right, you cannot see it. What I'm trying to do is that I want it to fit the whole frame. Okay, so this is the main image. This is the image, and the image I have dragged it. You can see that at first. Let me show you. So when I placed in the image, it was in only this frame. I want you to understand it perfectly. Okay, that's why I've just gone back, and I filled the frame proportionally, and it came into only this frame. Okay, then I dragged the image here. Okay, so that now the image is only here. It reaches up to this place. Okay, and then now I held shift and then control, and then I drag the image to this side. Okay, and then I released it. Now it has filled all the frames for me. Okay, but it is not doing what? Showing. Now the mistake that some people make is that they will just come here. So if you are in your direct your selection tool, when you come into the middle here, there is a reason why you don't see my content grabber tool. The content grabber tool is like something like a white ellipse or circle in the middle over here, and when you reach there, you will see that it will turn into a hand. Okay, so my own doesn't show because of the video I'm recording. So now when you just come into the middle here, you can just come into the middle, and then the hand will come up, or you come and play the direct selection tool, then come here, then right click and just hit copy. Okay, and you come and pick your selection tool, then select this, and just see paste into. Okay, and you come and select this too, and you just see paste into. You come over here, and then you just also say paste into, then come here, and then another thing, paste into. Okay, now with this that I did, you can see that the image has filled the shape. So let me add another one here for just clarification. And then let me see, paste into. Okay, so you can see that the image has filled the shape. Okay, it has filled the shape, but what happens if I decide to maybe I decide to make some changes, like I want to adjust it, or I want to reduce it, or what happens if I decide to do that? So I'm coming the moment. Okay, right click, paste into. So it's a single image and it has filled the whole shapes that I created. So what happens if I want to like adjust it, reduce the size or increase the size? Okay, so let's see, W, then I come into my direct selection tool, then select the image. Now let's see what happens. Shift and then Control. Now look at what it did. It has destroyed the image for us. It has destroyed it for us. Totally destroyed it. Okay, as you can see, look at what happened. So we don't want it this way. So if you don't want this way, what should you do? You want to do something that it is called compound path. You want to create all these shapes, turn all these shapes into a compound path. Okay, you want to turn the shape into a compound path. So let me see, I'll pick my direct selection tool, and then I'll delete the image. Delete. And now I want to create a compound path with these things, so that when I place in the image, okay, when I place in the image, I would be able to simply adjust it anyhow I want. Okay, I'm sure you get what I'm saying. So this shape will interrupt us, so let's send it a bit further. Now let me select this. So I want to turn it into a compound path. Know that when I place in the image, I can be able to adjust it without any problem, so that when I can, and also I can add effects. So with this one, it wasn't impossible for me to add effects to my choice. Okay, so I'll select all these things, then go to I want to create a compound path. Okay, so that's what I'm coming to do at the moment. So go to object, and then let's see the paths. Okay, and then I'll go to make compound path. Now the compound path that I made, it has turned it into one frame, one image frame, as you can see. So let me select it and see. So with my selection tool, I click, and then now you can see that it has become one. Okay, so I can go to file and then place, and I can now place in my image. So let me check, place selected item, and hit OK. You can see now it has come into the image, and then I want to control the fitting and full frame proportion. There's and this one, I think it wasn't added to the paths that I created. Okay, so let's see. You can just also select this way, and then file, object, and then paths, then make compound path. Okay, So file, and then place. So let me uncheck this and see. Open. So let's hit open. Okay, let's select the image. I didn't select the image. Then open. I'm gonna come here, hold Alt, and then click to place it inside for me. Okay, so I'll just right click, and then I'll pick my direct selection tool, and then come over here, right click, and fit in full frame proportionally, and then you can see that now the image has been filled to its frame proportional. You can go ahead and select and add some effects to it. Like I've selected this. You can add effects, and then inner shadow. You can add some inner shadow to it, and so that it makes like a cutout. So you can see that there's a shadow inside. You can turn this to normal. And then you can increase the opacity, or even you can control the size. And other things, and you can also control the offset. So with this done, you can click on OK. Alright, so after adding the inner shadow to make it like a cutout, I can still go ahead and then select it, and then add some color to it. See, add green, and then I can change the blending mode to a different thing so that I can add some effect to the image. So I'll come to my direct selection tool, then select the image itself, and then come to FS, because you saw that I changed the color. Okay, this is when I changed the color, when I selected it. Okay, then came over here, and then change the color to green. Okay, and then I came to my direct selection tool, then selected the image, and then came to FX transparency, and then let me say change the blending mode. You can play around with it. Okay, you can play around with it. Okay, and then you can change the opacity. Then hit OK. So now this is also something that I wanted to teach you. Now let's also look at anchor text, Control N, create a new document, and just hit OK. Now some people, maybe you want to bring in a shape or an image. Okay, so you go to file, place, then let's say you want to bring in this logo, and then hit OK. I went into your working with images folder, then you place your logo here, and then you added a text somewhere over here. Okay, say Charlton FC. Okay, So now, and you wanted it to be something of this sort, but like you are not getting the alignments very well, and maybe you want to duplicate it, and but you want to it to be created in proportionally as this. Okay, we have something that we call it anchored object, where you can anchor an object into a text. Okay, then with that one, when you duplicate the text, you still have the chance of adding it into the text. Okay, now let me show you. So with this one, this is the image, and now this is the frame. Let me show you. This is the image and this is the frame. Okay, so when I click here and I just bring in file and then place, any image that I place should pick the size of the charting athletics. So let's say Alt and then click. You can see that it picked the size of the logo. Okay, so I want to place this logo in this text. So let me go ahead and select it. Reduce the size. So I'll come here. Okay, so let me see. Right click and then copy, and I'll come to the text over here, and I'll say Ctrl V to paste it. Okay, now it has been pasted in it for me. Let me go ahead and delete this. So it has been pasted for me. All I have to do is that I have to just increase the text. Okay, now you can see this. Now this that you see here, it has turned into a text. Okay, it's like a text. It's no longer like a shape. It's like a text. Okay, so when you do this anchor, inDesign sees it as a text. Okay, and not an image. Now you can see it drags with it. Now, so if you want to drag the image, you cannot drag the image unless you drag the whole text frame, and then it moves with the text moves with the image, but you cannot drag the text somewhere. So if you want to bring this text downwards over here, you would have to select it and then use your baseline shift, which is Control Alt Shift Alt, and then use the arrow key. So with this is what we call the anchor text